Hello everybody, Dave here for the next episode of Dave Gets Wood. Now it's been a couple of days since the last video because I've been suffering a bit and still am. I actually had a decent night's sleep last night, but I'm still tired and my body's feeling very weak. So yeah, struggling a bit for motivation. I'm up early today though, and I'm I'd like to try and get a bit done today, but I also want to try and make sure I spend some time just chilling out, relaxing, because I don't really feel like I've been able to do much of that recently. But at the same time, I know that I need to try and get some bits done. I need to prep some food so that I can freeze it. So I've got a few different things I need to do, and one of which is to have a look at this. Now, you may be able to see that this has indented quite a bit. Now, it actually can still move a little bit, and one of the reasons that I'd left, I mean, I know I said that I haven't done this for a couple of days because I'm not feeling great, I haven't, but also this was still moving a bit, and part of me thought, oh, it's not dried inside, but then it very quickly realised, actually no, it's an air bubble. There's an air bubble in there. Now what I should have done, in hindsight, was pierced the outer layer of the glue so that any air in there could have released. But I didn't do that. I left it, but what it has done is it has sank down, the glue has sank down, so I do think that the air has found another way out. But normally what I would have done on these videos is, at this point, I would have just moved on to the next bit that needs gluing and done that. Now I think there's one or two bits that still need gluing, but I need to deal with this first, because this indentation is going to be deeper than the top of the wood here. So what I need to do is I need to sand this down, I need to clean this up and find out what we've got there. I'm expecting to find a big hole, which is why I want to deal with this now, so that I can fill that hole with glue. So that's basically what we're going to do. We're going to check this out now. And quite simply, to begin with, I'm just going to stab it, because I know there's a hole there, I know there's a gap. Yeah. Right. Okay, so we'll sand it down. I'm going to use quite a coarse sanding paper on this and on most of this initially. We'll see how it copes with it. I semi-expect it to sort of get a bit sticky potentially, because as the friction builds, the heat will build and it could warm up the glue a little bit. Okay, let's see what we've got. But yeah, I'm going to use a course just to really try and work it down. That might take a while. It is taking a little longer than I would have liked, but nope, it'll rip the sandpaper open. We've got about 1 mil to go there, about 1.5 up this end. I'm knackered. I'm definitely not as good at sanding with my left hand. I think if I bought any triangular sanding sheets recently, I don't think I did. So I'm going to check because my arm's really starting to ache now and it's taking more effort than I thought it would. I mean, I'm not far away from level, but I'm thinking this one, then there's that one. If I've got power tools, let's see if we can use them, so I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I didn't buy any triangular sanding sheets recently, but I have got one that's still on it that's got a bit of an edge, just enough of an edge that it'll get me through this task. So that's what I'm going to do, get through this bit and then we'll see what we've got. Okay, so a little update of what we've got then. Right, okay, so I could have gone a bit further, but as you can see here, we've now got a gap at the top and a gap at the bottom. It's no surprise, but this whole middle bit moves. All of this is squidgy. Now, part of that could be from the friction of the sander, but it also could be because there's air in there. I'm actually thinking that what I might need to do is cut a bit of that out. Now, I didn't manage to get it down to completely flat. I mean, I could have done, but I stopped because I saw that this needed dealing with. I'm going to get my scalpel. Back in a sec. Okay, so hopefully with a scalpel I can make a couple of precise cuts. If I have to take some of this glue out, I ain't got a problem with that. I mean, maybe what I've been better off doing. Yeah, it's not. There's an air pocket there. This isn't sealed. This particular bit. What I've been better off doing, I think, is putting a little bit in, doing a little bit, little by little bit. But so whereas this corner here is sticking a little bit, that's connected, but all of this bit isn't. Yeah, so on that side it is connected to the wood, but on the other side it isn't, and that's where the air bubble was. So I mean, I should have popped it and got it out as well, but I chose not to. Yeah, you see, obviously that bit in there is connected, but Yeah. Okay. I might as well get that bit out because it would just be in the way. And the question now is how much of this bit is connected. Well, that isn't. And that isn't. I wasn't expecting to be doing surgery. I mean, some people might think it's a complete waste of time, but what I will say is this again, it's all part of my learning process. I should have trusted myself the other day when I thought, I should pop that air bubble. But by not doing it, it has proven that yes, there is an air bubble. And then by dissecting it, I've doubly proved it. And we'll learn from it. That's still squidgy, which I'm a little concerned about. I'm going to take that off actually. I don't trust it. I think there may be an air bubble in there as well, which is one reason why I want to take it off. Yeah, there was. Yeah, I can see it's a... So where I did do the stab earlier, I very nearly, I mean, you can't really see it, but this isn't connected at the bottom here. So there was an air bubble down there. Now I'm not going to take all of the glue out that I put in, I just want to be able to take it back to a point where I'm happy that there isn't an air bubble. And then I can refill this hole. Push that in there. It's not connected. What we've got here, let's take a bit of that off. Because that isn't connected on the end here. Now part of this not connected would have been because of the friction of the sander moving the glue about, but I know you can't really see it on the camera. There is a big difference between the glue that is connected to the wood, like that's sticking like this when I try and move it down at the bottom, compared to the bit that wasn't sticking near the top that just moves away dead easy, all in one piece. Whereas the bit at the bottom, which is stuck, is it's stretching and gripping, and so there is a big difference between what is like that, what is stuck, and what isn't. Okay. So for the most part, the repair worked. I just really should have popped that air bubble. It would have sunk down more. I would have needed to refill it, but lesson learned. Okay, so what we can do now though is, now we've got a much easier shape. This one as well, didn't mind doing this. We've now got a much easier shape to deal with, so I can fill the glue in there and should be able to get out any air bubble because I'm not going down into any gaps. It's literally that shape there. Okay. So we've got that one then that's ready for gluing. Let's see. Oh yeah, we've got them to do. Bloody hell, I forgot about them. I might do them separately. I'm pretty sure there's a little bit on here. Yes there is. There's a little hole here that needs gluing. So let's get our mixture going. I might do them separately because I had forgotten about them, and I haven't cut any dowels, and I want to do that before putting them in. I don't want to put them in and then try and cut them off because I want them to be lower down. It was just my main focus for today was sorting out that we've been looking at already. Now, regarding what I'm going to try and get done today, to be honest, I'm not really looking any further beyond doing this bit of gluing and that today. By setting myself that small goal, I can achieve that, but also I'm not going to overdo myself, hopefully. But also it should limit me to what I'm going to do today so that I can make sure that I get the other stuff that I need to do, like sorting my food out and trying to eat at decent times. Also, the tabletop isn't clear at the moment, so I've got very little chance of working on that at the minute. If I wanted to try and work on just tidying up the top a little bit, I am going to give this a little bit of a stabbing. It's not pointy enough. I do not want to stick my scalpel in there, but what I can do is reprofile a new point, potentially. This is going to potentially have a similar thing in that could end up with an air bubble. But then it's like I said the other day, it's one of the reasons why we blob it on, so that it can sink. So what I'm going to try and do with this one actually is I'm going to put it in. I'm going to try and put it in a way that shouldn't leave an air bubble, so we'll do this end first. So hopefully that won't have left an air bubble. And then basically just try and work it over so that any air bubble that would be created is now at this end where there isn't any glue, and then the glue can fill the gap and hopefully do it. There's no air bubble left. Okay. Right, so that can be left now to do its thing, as can that. I might actually add a little bit more on there, just in case. Okay. Let's put a lid on that then. And the lid on that. Okay, so for now, for the moment, all we're done. And then on the next video, we'll sort them out. Now something that I've done on the first application, so I think I mentioned it today, tried to be neat and tidy. It sank down more than the glue that I've got, so that's going to need sanding, potentially reapplying it. Depends what it looks like when it's been sanded. Compared to like, okay, so neither of these have been sanded, so that's that side. Looks neat and tidy, but potentially may not have actually filled the gap to the top. This one looks messy and gloopy and horrible, but that fucker's full. That's filled the gap, no fucking doubt about it. And considering that I've got to do the same process of cleaning them up, there's no much point in trying to do it neat and tidy like that. It's weird how, when it comes to the gluing and the filling, tidier doesn't seem to be better. Which is fucking weird, but anyway. Right, we'll be back on the next video to sort out the 4 holes and get to that little step closer to the tabletop. Right, see you again soon.